I think he's born with a talent, a gift, gift of food and his senses. And he first learns of this, of his ability, because his mom notices it and tells him that you have this special gift. And I think that is the start of his interest in becoming a chef. I think he's a risk taker in the way he cooks. He doesn't necessarily subscribe to any conventional recipe, and I think that that is his ultimate strength, both in the Indian kitchen and in the French kitchen. Well, first you have these two very different cultures coming together, fighting for the same thing. Their outlook on it is completely different. Their history of both cultures is extremely different in terms of food. And I think they both feel challenged by the other. Papa feels like he's being chased away again out of a situation like he had experienced previously in India. And Madame Mallory feels as though her culture and her history is being trampled on by some foreign invader. So these two perspectives coming together begins this war. And they're both fighting for their history, their culture, their families, everything they represent. I think just to portray this character, to personify a man who begins a journey and ends it in a very different place, and along the way changing the lives of so many people, and and vice versa. I think a lot of people changed his life. Marguerite, Madame Mallory, Papa, Mom's death, the people he encounters in Paris. But I mean, you see it from the very beginning. His, as a child in an Indian market to a grown man in Paris. You're taken from, the streets of India to some of the most posh areas of Paris. I mean, it doesn't get more broad than that, does it? Lhasa is very instinctual, and he completely trusts everyone's instincts. And that's what's so awesome to work with him, why it's so awesome to work with him. He believes what we bring to the story. And he's really smart, and he's really perceptive. And he knows exactly, maybe he'll make a little change here or a little change there, and it just improves everything. He's got a handle on the story a lot, and he also allows for an open dialogue about things. And so we'll talk about how a scene could be better, and we sort of work together on it. And but ultimately, he's sort of molding this movie, and he's just an awesome director to work with. He's amazing. He cooks for us every weekend, like the cast. Sometimes we'll go over to his house and he'll prepare an Indian meal, and he really created he really was the one to create this family environment for us. Right when we got to set, the first week he had us all over for dinner. We all sort of had dinner and cooked, prepared, and washed up like a family. And I think he sort of fostered a lot of that culture with this cast. And I mean, the things we talk about are just very interesting. He is kind of he's very poetic. He's really good with words. He's funny, and just always we're laughing, yeah. I really think this movie is for anyone who's wanted something and has gone after it to get it. Anyone can relate to that. And that's what makes this story relatable to everyone, in my opinion. There was something about her that was like an immediate, I just felt like an immediate spice from her that I liked. She has a really funny sense of humor, and it is, she's doesn't, there are no boundaries with her sense of humor, and I think that and I'm kind of like that too, and I think that we just sort of got on. Our sense of humors are very similar, sensibilities are similar in that way, which made for working together really, really cool and simple because we both sort of agreed on a lot of things about the text and like what things mean and things like that.